Oink, oink, oink. What's that? Could it be? It's Pig Nuts, week one, coming to you live from the pig pen. It is Piggy himself, and boy, am I tired. I woke up at 4 a.m., driving back from Gainesville because I was at the UF game in a box. No big deal, but we'll get to that later. And instead of taking a nap, I've been upwriting Pig Nuts all morning, and I am exhausted. But guess what? I'm going to give you Pig Nuts because you deserve Pig Nuts because you've been good little piggies. Let's start with college football roundup. We got college football roundup. Texas, number 3 in the country, versus Michigan, number 10 in the country. Texas whooped that ass. 31-12. Ewers is amazing. Next up, we got number 8, Penn State against Bowling Green. It should have been a blowout. It wasn't. Penn State 34-27 in a close one. Next up, we got Notre Dame, number 5 in the country, versus Northern Illinois, who's never beat a top 10 team ever. Guess what? They did. 16-14, last second field goal. Notre Dame down. Notre Dame horrific. Northern Illinois could be back. Love their coach. It's like this fat, cockeyed, one eye looking this way, one eye looking that way, lovable figure. Good for him. Good for Northern Illinois. Iowa State in the Corn Bowl or whatever they call it. Iowa number 21 in the country. Iowa State, they usually score like 3-0. Final score 20-19 in a barn burner. Iowa State wins it. Miami dominated FAMU. Miami looks great so far. Miami 56-9. Florida, Samford. Like I said, I was at the game in the Ben Hill Griffin box. No big deal. 45-7 Samford. It looks like DJ Lagway looks pretty good. Way better than Graham Mertz. So maybe Florida's back. Who knows? Alabama, USF, Alabama number 4 was a close game the whole time. Like 3 minutes left. It was like 4-point game. Somehow they won 42-16. It was not that big of a blowout. UCF's 2-0. Nebraska dominated Colorado. Deion Sanders down. Shedeur Sanders down. He left before the game was even over. Colorado stinks. Nebraska better than Colorado. I don't know if they're good or not. Oklahoma, number 15 in the country, was 27.5-point favorites against Houston. They squeaked it out 16-12. Oregon, who's supposed to be this big title contender, I don't think so. Barely won against Boise State. They were losing the whole game. They won by 3. Not impressed with them. Ravens, Chiefs were on Thursday night. We had 2 NFL games so far. I'm really pushing through for you guys here. Ravens, Chiefs. Chiefs won 27-20. What's his name? The tight end, backup tight end, Isaiah Likely, almost scored a touchdown with 0 seconds left. By the hair on his chin, he was out. So they lost. Chiefs 27, Ravens 20. They both look like very good teams. Exciting first Thursday night game. Friday, we had a game in Brazil. That was fun, except for the fact that you get to watch it on Peacock. Packers 29, Eagles 34. Saquon looks amazing. Did not expect that. Neither did Kaufman, who said he was overpriced and wasn't that good. Injury report. It looked like Jordan Love was going to be out for season. It actually seems like he just sprained his MCL. Not so bad. Only out for a few weeks. Good for him. Stories of the offseason with Pignuts on hiatus for the offseason. We missed a lot of fun stories. And I wish I could have told you them, but Piggy needs to rest some himself. We missed Kate Middleton. Kate Middleton was kind of dead for a whole summer, and then she came back for like a minute, but now she's kind of dead again. I don't know what's going on with Kate Middleton. I think she maybe had cancer. Sorry, I don't know, but she's still not really much in the public eye. Benifer's done. J-Lo and Ben got back together. Turns out they didn't like each other again. They're broken up. J-Lo's posting weird thirst traps. Ben's hooking up with Jennifer Garner again, I think. He looks happy. Drake Kendrick beef. We missed Drake Kendrick beef. Unfortunately, I sided with Drake on that. Looks like he's done. Nah, he's not done. He'll be back. He's not back, but not dead. But it looks like Kendrick beat him on that. Trump shooting. We missed the Trump shooting. There was almost civil war. Trump almost got assassinated. Crazy that they didn't see that guy on the roof, and crazy that they let him up there on the roof, and crazy he missed. It was a really easy shot. None of it makes sense. Still some conspiracies out about that, but Trump did not get shot and killed. Got shot in the ear, kind of, but his ear's fine. Anyways, Biden was forced out of the race by the Don Dada Nancy Pelosi. Still has tons of power, Nancy Pelosi. Crushing the stock market and killing presidential candidates. Biden rapidly declined, of course. He was going to get crushed by Trump. So they forced him out and installed Kamala with no primary. That was a big story. We got Kamala Trump coming up. Will be tons more of that on Pig Nuts. But moving on to who's back. Like I said, the U's back. Cam Ward looks like a good investment. Way better than DJ Ugalali. U looks like they're elite again. They've only beaten the Gators and FAMU, but still they look very good. It looks like they might be back. They paid a lot of money, but it may be worth it. Next, we got Lib Chill Trump. Him and what's his name? His vice presidential guy who's weird. The guy who fucks the couch. I forgot his name. Doesn't matter. Like I said, team no sleep. But Trump came out and said basically like he wants to get the moderate votes, of course. He wants to get those votes in between that are thinking, I don't know if I should vote for Kamala. I don't know if I should vote for him. Says abortion's now whatever. He's like, I know I was pro-life this whole time, but I did a poll and I realized that everyone's pretty for abortion, so I'm cool with abortion. That's fine. Do whatever you guys are doing. Also came out and said smoke one. Said weed should be legalized. I'm down for whatever. I don't smoke weed. I don't drink, but you guys smoke it. Doesn't matter to me. So lib chill Trump is back. Diseases are back. Diseases are back. Syphilis is at its highest level since 1950s. Syphilis is an STD if you don't know. Now you do. So wrap up. I know you guys are not going to. Of course, that's not cool, but don't get syphilis. Bird flu. Bird flu is found in a person in Missouri who had no contact with animals. First infection in the U.S. of someone who didn't work with cows or poultry. So that is bad news for everyone. Human to human contact, bird flu is no bueno. Of course, when the guys who work with the pigs and the chickens get bird flu, it's kind of just, it is what it is. You made your bed, now die in it. But no, person bird flu, not good for us. Speaking of not good for us, U.S. preparing for arrival of monkeypox. Monkeypox has been mostly in Africa, and a couple gay people got it. But now everyone needs to worry about monkeypox, supposedly. Not good. Lastly, on who's back, foreign election interference. Whenever there's election coming up, of course, we're going to have some foreign election interference, especially now with AI and the internet. We're definitely getting ramped up foreign election interference. And with Trump, we got Russian operatives covertly hired U.S. influencers to create videos. Federal officials charged 2 employees of RT, which is the Russian state media broadcaster, in a scheme to secretly fund and direct the production of social media videos that racked up millions of views using right-wing American influencers, mainly from Tenet Media, which is based in Nashville, founded by Lauren Chen and her husband Liam Donovan, who are considered conservatives. They host a show on Glenn Beck's Blaze TV and contribute to alt-right Turning Point USA. They also have Tim Pool, Benny Johnson on Tenet as well. Those are pretty well-known alt-right guys. Turns out they're Russian operatives. Bing bong. Next, we got China pushing divisive political messages online using fake U.S. voters, using like AI, trying to pretend like they're either a Democrat or Republican and they're fed up with this or that. It's called Spamiflage, the Chinese operation Spamiflage. And I don't really know what they're trying to do. They're just trying to like stir up the pot on both sides. I don't. China just always up to tomfoolery. I don't really know what their end game is with that, but silly China. Who's dead? The WNBA is dead. Likely Rookie of the Year and superstar beloved by all, Angel Reese, is out for season with wrist injury. She's had 26 double-doubles so far, and of course those have been real double-doubles, not just crazy putbacks over and over and over again. Second most in a season in WNBA history. Fans, plural, of the sport are very sad. And, of course, she was definitely going to win Rookie of the Year. No one else comes to mind. Who's dead? FSU. FSU, unfortunately, I bought an FSU football box this year. Last year, I bought a basketball box, and they turned out to be horrible. Seems I'm a mush. Bought an FSU football box, and they're 0-2. Not good for me. Not good for FSU. Not good for my pocketbook, because I kept live betting them both games. DJ Ukulele looks horrible, horrific. I don't know why they thought he was going to be good. He's been bad everywhere. He's a super duper senior. He's been bad for 5 years, and now they assumed he was going to be good. He stinks. FSU down. Democracy Dan is dead. Democracy Dan. The country is at a boiling point with a coin flip election. Democracy hanging from a dead thread, and Democracy Dan has been nowhere to be found. The country needs Democracy Dan, and Democracy Dan, maybe Democracy Dan's a Russian operative. Just saying. Lastly, on who's dead, anyone eating boar's head ready to eat liverwurst. If you're eating boar's head ready to eat liverwurst, you are dead. You have listeria. 9 people have died so far, and you are one of them. Who's not back but not dead? Hot dog eating superstars are not back but not dead. It feels like Joey Chestnut and Kobayashi, big rivalry, of course, in the hot dog eating world. They were on Netflix Live on Labor Day, facing off against each other for the first time in 15 years, which is huge, except for the fact that Kobayashi recently retired. He's old and washed. He came out for one last payday, got worked by Joey Chestnut. Everyone knew that was going to happen. 10 minutes, Joey Chestnut got 83 hot dogs. Kobayashi got 66, which is still impressive. but everyone knew it wasn't going to be the same. They're both kind of old and worn down. It's like the end of poker when we were all watching Chris Moneymaker and everyone was into poker and then it kind of faded away. That's how I feel hot dog eating is coming. We got no big stars anymore. Chestnut's just winning, racking up titles. No one else is really around. Kobayashi got banned a while ago for something, and he officially retired after this match. He's done. So Joey Chestnut has no enemy anymore. Hot dog eating, not back but not dead, but mostly dead. Who else is not back but not dead? The Gators. The Gators. Like I said, I did go to the game last night. I was in the Ben Hill Griffin box. No big deal. But Samford, I know it was Samford, and I know we won, but DJ Lagway looks pretty good, way better than Graham Mertz. I think they may be back. They're not back, but they may be back. Next on who's not back but not dead, Abe Lincoln. Good president. Also, pretty gay. News comes out 300 years later that he shared a bed with a guy for 4 years, which is, of course, pretty gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. He became suicidal when his best friend, Joshua Speed, moved out of his house. I assume that 2024, Abe Lincoln would be super duper gay, Mayor Pete gay maybe. But back then, of course, it was frowned upon to do so, so he had to hide in his house with Josh Speed, his best friend. Not back but not dead. Still pretty good president, but you know. Next up on Not Back But Not Dead, we got Dick Cheney and Mike Pence. Dick Cheney came out and said he's voting for Kamala Harris. Old villain Dick Cheney. And Mike Pence came out and said he's not voting for Trump. So the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I guess those two guys are not back but not dead. And lastly, we got Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden, in a surprise move, flipped birds to the judge and said, I am guilty. Take me away. He was supposed to plead not guilty. He's been dealing with all this tax charge stuff. And he just said, fuck it. And last second, surprised prosecutors, and instead of going to trial, just said, I'm guilty, you know, do something, which I'm sure they will, but not much because it's Hunter Biden. I'm sure he'll be fine. Fact of the day, Selena Gomez is a billionaire. Learned that today, looking for stuff in my non-sleep induced psychosis. Selena Gomez, a billionaire from makeup. Not a story really, but pretty crazy. Did not think that Selena Gomez was a billionaire. Show of the week, Clipped on Hulu and FX. Clipped. It's about Donald Sterling and the Clippers. Lawrence Fishburne, the guy from Modern Family and Married with Children as Donald Sterling. Is it great? No, it's not great, but it's pretty good. Pretty good. I had a good time watching it. You should too. Picks of the week. Parlaying the Dolphins minus 2.5 and the over 44.5. I bought both those down a little bit. I like the Dolphins this week. The defense is super banged up. I don't know if Jalen Ramsey's going to play or not play. He's definitely on a pitch count if he is going to play. We got like rookie. We got Ethan Bonner, white cornerback, and we got some rookies playing in the secondary. I do think the Jags are going to put up a lot of points. Of course, the Dolphins are going to put up a lot of points too. So I like the regular over too, but that one is plus 120 if you parlay those. I like Seahawks minus 6 versus the Broncos. I do like Bo Nix, but I think the Broncos still are, not great. I like the Seahawks at home. Give me the Raiders plus 3 away at the Chargers. I like Gardner Minshew. I think the Chargers are a weird team this year. They got like Gus Edwards. They have no wide receivers. Keenan Allen's gone. Josh Herbert has like turf toe or something or with his foot wrong. Give me the Raiders. Money line and plus 3. Then lastly, give me the Bengals, New England under 41. Bengals have no one playing. They just announced that Chase is not going to get a deal. T. Higgins is out. They got like some weird guy as their number one wide receiver. New England has no one. They have Jacoby Brissett. Give me under 41. That's all I got. It's going to be a good season. It's going to be a good time. Let's go.